Hi everybody and warm welcome to another wonderful video of the Credit Card Life. My name is Amit, and with the help of this video probably I'm sharing my almost, let's say, 12 years of credit card experience. And with the help of these points, so-called the bullet points, the experience, I'm going to reveal 7 so-called most important and deadly points which you should always keep in check if you are going to go for a credit card enthusiastic game, or if you're going to go for a personal loan, bank loan, and all those. So these are 7 important points, a very critical point which I think you should always keep in mind whenever you're applying for a credit card, especially American Express, or whenever you're applying for any financial product, be it home loan, car loan, personal loan, whatsoever. So these are 7 important CIBIL India points which you should always consider before you're applying for a credit card or any kind of financial help. Point number 1. Please remember, I'm somebody who has a CIBIL India subscription from last 4 years, and I always maintain my CIBIL score and keep a check, whether it's alert, check, application, and so on and so forth. The biggest point which we all don't know, and we oftenly go ahead and help people, is by becoming a guarantor. So if you happen to have a friends, college friends, corporate friends, family friends, please, for God's sake, you should not become a guarantor in any of your friends' loan department. And in case if you do, and the other party happens to be default or ends up paying a little late, whatever amount he or she is due, then your credit score is also going to get affected big time. And if it's a default, you're gone for all money. Either you pay the funds because you are a guarantor, or he or she has to pay. Otherwise, your score will never ever get into shape the way you want. So do avoid becoming a default individual, also called a guarantor, in any of your friends' personal loan or credit card application. Point number 2, which is a huge point, and I'm sure you all will agree with me. Please keep a tab on your HDFC Bank personal loan, home loan, car loan, and most importantly, credit card update. HDFC is renowned in Indian market for updating these things. Even if you have paid the payment, they may not update it bang on time. So if you happen to have an HDFC credit card, please always keep in touch with them and keep a check on the updates from let's say HDFC Bank credit card and personal loan department, because they are not prompt, especially in this department, to update customers so-called credit data on time, even if you have paid their dues. So that's a red for all the subscribers, those who have HDFC Bank account with context to anything. Point number 3, which I'm sure you all know, and I'm sure you don't have on your CIBIL profile, but then there's a thing called overdue. Now, overdue is a specific red mark, in kind of a red flag in everybody's CIBIL account. You should not want to have this column under your belt, because overdue talks about the money which you are supposed to pay but you haven't paid it. Okay, could be credit card, could be loans, consumer durable loans, and so on and so forth. So never ever have overdue if you're going for a credit card application or if you're going for any kind of loan. Now, a lot of people ask me, what if I have a 20 lakhs of income? Whether you have 1 crore or 2 crores, if you are having a sufficient amount of overdue, let's say 50, 60, 70, 80, or even 40k on one of your accounts, your income will not make a huge difference for application, and all of your applications, especially in credit card and the financial department, will be rejected straightforward, stating you already have an overdue, which means you have not paid your dues on time. So that's absolutely big red flag for all of you. Point number 4, one type of account. Not many people know about this. Even when I got into CIBIL India, that is when I got to know about these kind of things. I spoke to CIBIL customer care, and they told me that it's always healthy to have a mixed bag of loans. So I happen to have my SUV loans, I happen to have my personal loans, I have multiple credit cards because I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I have other buy now pay later applications, so that I have a good mix of loans, credit cards, secured and non-secured loan as well. And in the longer run, if you're able to maintain these 4 to 5 different categories of account, it will help you. Do remember, just having credit card and credit card on your account may not give the right impact of yours to CIBIL or financial lender. So a good mix of account is very, very important. Point number 5, a concept called DPD, delayed payment date. So let's imagine your credit card date is on 29th and you have paid on 4th, but you have paid the dues. Do remember, in India there are very few lenders, those who update your dues update on time, and probably it takes 45 days to update. Nobody updates in real time barring one or two very good lenders from the private sector. So if you are paying your delayed money, let's say by delaying 2 or 3 or 4 days, it can have a huge impact on your credit card application, loans application, home loan application. So always pay your dues on time, come what may. And DPD is another big no while approving any of the credit cards, personal loans, home loans and car loans, and so on and so forth. So that's very important. Another important aspect which a lot of people must have got to know through buy now pay later application. So buy now pay later application or personal lending loan application based, those who give you loan on mobile phone, they have an option called ECS auto mandate. Now auto mandate is something which kind of automatically your money gets deducted each and every month. See, it's a happy thing to have if you have a sufficient for XYZ date. If you do not have auto mandate on one of your accounts, I would highly recommend to stop ECS, because the moment your ECS starts bouncing, there are multiple disadvantages. Number one, you end up paying 500 plus check charges every bounce, and these private lenders are cunning. I'm telling you, man, these private lenders are going to suck your blood if you happen to be in their trap of lending and loans. So very, very dicey. Never ever have or set up auto debit if you cannot fulfill the demand on time. Again, big red no on a civil account. The 7th point is actually a good point which you all should have on your credit card account, and that is having multiple credit cards. I'll tell you the reason. Let me explain that to all of you. When you have, let's say, 10 credit cards in your hands, there are 2 advantages. Number one, we all know you would be able to minimize the utilization ratio because you're using from all different 10 cards, correct? But use it wisely. Number 2, when you use it wisely and pay it in full on time, what it does, it actually reflects 10 different payments on time. And in the CIBIL format, if your payment history is 100%, let me repeat, in CIBIL India, if your payment history is 100% on time, take my words, you would never be rejected or given no if you're meeting the XYZ credit cards criteria. Could be address issues, Aadhaar reduced, VKYC. These are common challenges. But financially, you would never be rejected because you have maintained your payment 100% on time. So that's very, very important. Last but not the least, which I kind of say to everyone, don't be afraid of using credit cards. I personally have close to 20 plus credit cards, and I take credit card as one of my assets because for sure it's not my money, it's a lending to me, but you never know when the bad time comes, correct? So that is one of the reasons I use so much and so many credit cards, because debit cards normally gives you 0 apart from HDFC Debit Millennia, and credit cards are your helping hand in a moment of crisis, and you do not need to beg for money to people in case you want it. So that's one of the reasons why I always been a great advocate of credit cards, that credit cards are a lifeline in this modern century, because you never know what step you're going to take next and the repercussions and the consequences. I hope this concept of 7 deadly points you should keep in mind before you apply for a loan, credit card and financial products are healthy. In case if you have a question, do drop on Instagram, follow us, and if you like the content, do subscribe.